Happy New Year, everyone! Can you believe it's already New Year's? The year is already over. Isn't time just going by so fast? Well, I ended off the year by catching a 0 IV costume Charmander in Pokemon Go today, as well as a shiny hat Pikachu. I got both today. The day that the ultimate weapon was fired, all the color was bleached from our lives. Funny how fitting it was, my old codename of Gris. Of course my life had ended up gray as ash. But I'm going to take back the color when I defeat you in battle. Alright. Probably wasn't smart to send out Emboar first. It's okay though. I will take back the health that you took. Was that a timer ball? I think everything he has is in a timer ball. I don't know what he has next. Oh, that's fine then. You fool! Well, I know what his last one's going to be. Oh, wait, my meter's not charged up. Even if my youth was all ash and ruin, it wasn't wasted. Let's light this world on fire, Charizard. Well, that was cheap. Stay away from me. Hope everyone had a good New Year's. I would have done this last night, but then I went out with friends. We went to go see a movie. And this is battle number 19, so next time we will finish this, because I'm only going up to 20. It is entirely thanks to you that I've discovered how enjoyable Pokemon battles can be. You know, I don't know what happens after the 20th battle. I don't know how far it goes until the characters reset, or is it randomized every time after a certain point? So, you think I'm gonna do special scans today, huh? Wrong. I know I said last time I was gonna get the points to do the special scans, but just hear me out when I tell you, ever since I finished the story for the DLC, not just on this file, but also on my main, I just haven't really played this game anymore. The motivation to play this game is gone. I really just don't want to play this game anymore. Every time I pick up the game, I just want to put it back down. Now that the story's over, I don't want to play this anymore. So I really gotta force myself to actually pick up the game and actually play it to gather the points. I really just don't want to. Anyway, so I suppose we'll just continue with some more side missions. Can I pin it? Even though I don't really need to. So, it's just gonna be some more side missions. I don't know what I'll do with the special scans, actually. I might just compile them into one video. Just because of the nature of how they are. I honestly could have done that with the Infinite ZA Royale, but oh well. What's done is done now. Aw, Toxie, don't cry. Something the matter here? Why is your Pokemon crying? Oh, well, I gave Toxie, my Toxo here, a Lumiose Galette. But when I looked away for a moment, the Galette disappeared. It ate it. I know my Pokemon. Toxie's the type to take its time savoring any treat. There's no way that whole Galette got gobbled down so quickly. Do you think you can help me look for Toxie's lost Lumiose Galette? Who nicked that snack? Well, that name alone gives me an idea. So, wait, speak to the requester to start the search. You wasted my time a little bit there. Thank you so much. I wish I had a lead for you to go off, but I'm in the dark here. That wasn't there before. You know I have a hundo of this in Pokemon Go? I got it from field research. The field research that could have given Nickit also could have given Froakie, and of course I wanted a hundo Froakie, but instead I got a hundo Nickit instead. Toxie, did that Pokemon steal your Lumiose Galette? Kind trainer, please, chase after that Pokemon. That Nickit needs to be caught. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's fast! And the way it runs, too! Catch that Nickit before it goes around stealing more Lumiose Galettes. They named this thing an awfully risky name, if I'm gonna be honest. Can you imagine if one of those fletchlings was shiny, and I lost it because of this cutscene? You've got Nickit cornered! Now, challenge it to a battle so you can catch it. Ugh. Oh yeah, if one of those were shiny, I would have absolutely lost it. Well, you're not cornered anymore! The exit's right there! You can leave anytime you want. So, do I have any New Year's plans? Did I have any New Year's plans? No. No, I did not. Completely honest with you guys, I was fully expecting to be alone tonight. But surprisingly, that's not the case. You caught that thieving Nickit! I thought my family would all be separated and I would just be left alone again. But, well, we'll have to see. It's not midnight yet. Naughty Nickit, don't be a thief! If you just wanted a treat, I would have given you one, if you'd come up and asked nicely. Here's a fresh Lumiose Galette. You two share it together this time. Ah yes, rewarding thieves. Rewarding thieves. You gotta love it. I get that wild Pokemon might sometimes have to steal food from people in order to survive, but this is Lumiose. We can try for a friendlier way of coexisting with Pokemon. All's well that ends well. Looks like Toxie's got a new friend now, thanks to you. Thank you for your help. Yeah, no problem, lady. Oh, by the way, yes, that shiny Alpha Roselia is long gone by now. Banished to the Shadow Realm. Yep, had no choice but to fail it. Just had to bite the bullet and move on. Well, let's see if I can get out of here and get to that one. But yeah, normally what happens, or what I expected to happen, was my mom would be in her room resting, my dad would be in the basement with his friends, my sister would be out with her husband, and that would just leave me... myself, and I by my lonesome. Well, that's kind of not the case, it seems like this year. Which is quite a rarity, if I may say. Before this, well, the streak of me being alone on New Year's was kind of running quite high. Hey there, I'm an indie game dev, name's Tryan. And I'm a real pro when it comes to the mighty Porygon. You know the mighty Porygon? Wait, mighty Porygon or Polygon? Did your tongue just glitch? Ah yes, Porygon, the way Chinese people pronounce Polygon. Because, you know, Asians can't pronounce R's and L's. That's not offensive. I can make fun of my own people like that. Both, kid. I'm versed in the Pokemon and in the closed 2D shapes made of straight lines. See, the games you play are full of 3D characters which we in the biz call models. They're created through a process called polygonal modeling. Polygon models are made by sticking together tons of little polygons to make a 3D image. The more polygons you use, and the tinier they are, the smoother and rounder a model ends up. In the old days, it took tons of processing power to use tons of polygons, so most models looked all blocky and funny, with lots of angles. People say that the Pokemon Porygon was made using the most advanced tech at the time, right? But technology is always advancing. Jeez, imagine a modern day version of Porygon. If it was made using the most advanced tech at the time, imagine now making a Porygon. I suppose it would just look like the evolved forms. Like he just said, it was blocky before, but then it would just become smooth, kind of like Porygon 2. Which brings me to the real reason for my talk. Trade me one of your Porygon for one of mine. Porygon's polygon count. Man, I feel like they made this side quest as a way for Game Freak to lecture me and all other gamers about game development and the fact that, like, yeah, we know our game's a little lackluster, but hey, let us tell you why. Modeling all of these 3D creatures, as well as the world, it takes a lot of time and effort. Which we don't have the money for. Or the time. Okay, how do I get in there? And clearly I don't have a Porygon to trade, because I think that's exclusive to the special scans, which are gonna have to wait a while. Suffice it to say, I don't think I'm crazy to. Oh, I'm just here now. How do I get in there? I guess I gotta go over here and jump across. I don't think it's too crazy of me to say that this DLC borderline ruined the game for me. And I'm sure others feel that way. Maybe not fully ruined the game. But for me, yeah, this DLC did kind of ruin the game for me. I liked the game beforehand, too. Like, I enjoyed the game. I liked it for what it was. Regardless of if it was lackluster, embarrassing, yada yada yada. Like, I liked the game for what it was, but then this DLC is just like, man, I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't like this game anymore. And I'll be honest, every time I play this game, if I ever play this game again in the future, I probably won't play the DLC. I don't know. That's another thing, too. This game doesn't really feel like it has very much replay value. Or replayability. Because it's all just the same grinding cycle. Hello, I'm a tip board. His name is Avize, too. Advise. Or I might as well be, my name is Avize, and I'm here to keep people informed. All I care about is thinking of helpful new trainer tips. Trainer tips? That delight the folks of Lumios. But you can't put up trainer tips if you don't have nifty nuggets to share. Oh, let me guess, are you gonna give me a nugget for completing this side mission? And there's still plenty in this world that I don't know. You look like you've got plenty of experience. Can you help me workshop some new tips? The Trainer Tipster. I wonder if Trainer Tips played this game. Let me know when you're ready and I'll give your brain a little picking. Is it like a Q&A? Oh boy, if this is trivia, then I may be screwed. Question 1. Let's see if you know this. If you're going into Hyperspace Lumios to look for shiny Pokemon, what kind of flavor power should you go in for your What kind of flavor power should you go for in your donut? Oh, I thought you were gonna tell me like I thought you were gonna ask me like sweet, fresh, like that kind of stuff. Sparkling, duh, but delightful, awesome surprise. I was gonna answer sweet, but I think that's for the size. You know, alpha power, teensy power. I hate that it's randomized in this game, too. Scarlet and Violet sandwiches, the recipe, as long as you landed it on the actual bread, it would always yield the same thing. No, this time, it's random, even if you use the same ingredients over and over. Let me just duck away for a moment to check my sources. Check with my sources. Are you playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You're gonna ask the audience? Okay, my sources have confirmed the answer. Who are these sources? Sparkling power makes you more likely to run into shiny Pokemon. The more sparkling power, the brighter your chances. That's a new tip I can share with trainers. Thanks for your help. I've got more to ask you, but let's take a quick break for your brain to rest. Let me know when you're ready for more grilling. Wow, I haven't heard that in a long time. Someone using grilling. This person got grilled. That's something I haven't heard in a long time. Let's see if you know this. If a Pokemon's maxed out on hyperspace levels, about what level can it reach overall? Well, certainly not this. Good answer, as if I was watching Family Feud. Though, let me just duck away for a moment to check with my sources. He just Googled it. Or as people nowadays say, kind of jokingly, kind of seriously, just chat GPT it. If a Pokemon is fully maxed out on hyperspace levels, it can reach up to level 200. Phew, guess you better optimize your donut flavor scores for a healthy level boost. It's kind of weird how things are commonly capitalized in his sentences. That's 2 new tips I can share with trainers. Thanks for your help. I've got more to ask you, but let's take a quick break for your brain to rest. More as in like at least 2 more? Because if you had 1 more, you would have said I had 1 more. If you finish all 3 hyperspace tasks in a pocket of hyperspace Lumios, what appears? A golden Pokeball, a golden trainer, wait. Oh no, that says golden Pokemon. This is a golden Pokeball, a golden berry. Golden Pokeball, more like a golden nutsack. Though, let me just duck. Why am I reading the same lines over and over? If you finish all 3 hyperspace tasks, a golden Pokeball, Chock-a-Block with what? A golden Pokeball chock-a-block with nice items should appear somewhere in that pocket of hyperspace. Though that only goes for hyperspace wild zones and hyperspace battle zones, I'm told. I mean, those are the only options. The only other ones are the ones with the side missions and the ones that have the rogue megas. Oop, bot in chat banned. Anyways, one last question for you. Which of these 3 topics would you like to see as a trainer tip? Shinies. So there is technically no wrong answer there. The only problem is you can't just put up new signboards willy-nilly here. You've got to apply for a permit at City Hall, then hire a construction company. It's a headache. So how will you do it? So will you give up? Man, it's a headache to do anything anymore. You know? Nothing's simple to do anymore. I'll do the only thing I can do. The internet. I'll be the tip board. Or I might as well be anyway. I can inform the people myself. Just until construction gets started on a new official tip board, of course. Thanks very much for your help. I'm thrilled to be of service of tip-seeking trainers. You know, if you actually get one of those information... Oh, jeez, I didn't think you would give me hyper berries. Thanks. I appreciate that. If you actually manage to get up one of those, like, informational boards in public, man, that thing is gonna get wrecked. No one will pay it any mind. Kids will draw on it. There's one right here. Nice and quick for me to get to. I aim to create a superb new Galette that will transcend even the mighty Lumiose Galette. What's it gonna be called? Heavenly Galette? Yet there is a problem with my superb plan. I don't have a wonderfully gallant Pokemon to help represent my superb Galette to customers. Do you need a Gallade? But the very name of our cafe is Cafe Gallant. Perhaps wanting to be seen as gallant is behind the times, but it is the name of our cafe. I want to respect our history and the desires that went into that name. Forgive me, I suppose I got off topic there. The point is that I want a gallant and classy Pokemon who can help deliver my superb Galettes to customers with style. Please help me get the most gallant of Pokemon, the effortlessly cool Indeedee. It's not the one I thought you were going to ask for. And that's another hyperspace exclusive, so this will have to wait. I don't think I've seen an Indeedee, actually. I looked up the Dex, and I saw Indeedee. I'm just like, Indeedee's in the DLC? I don't know, I also looked up the list of Pokemon exclusive to the special scans. I didn't see Indeedee. So this will have to be something else that waits also. What about the Roost Syndicate? The Roost Syndicate. Who needs my aid here? You know what's crazy? The amount of berries that I have in this game from grinding up the 100k survey points. I have more berries in this game than I do on my main. How crazy is that? Like, it's the same amount of grinding. Who needs my help here? Oh, it's one of those. Yeah, those will have to wait. It's kind of no quick way to get there. How far am I from it? Wow. Okay, I guess I should just go in and do these ones first. I do still want a shiny Slowpoke since they changed the color in this game. Ah. Wait, I know you. Do I know you? What do you want? Why are you talking to me? Got a request for me? Do you need any help? What? Ah, sorry, you're right. I do have something you could help with. Here's my request. I want you to find some friends for Frigibacks. I got this Frigibacks from my sister who studied abroad in Paldea, but it's just so shy. I wish I could help it be more outgoing, but I'm not exactly a social butterfree myself. Clever. In other words, I'd like you to talk to the other trainers here in Wild Zone 10 for me. Okay. Was there always something on Frigibax's mouth like that? I don't recall that being the case. Alright, talk to other... People spoken to, 0 of 3. Wow, the toxic spikes are still there. Alright. Let's see. Well, there's no people here, but there is a Pokeball. I'll pick that up. Why are there so many alphas here? I know I completed this place's available Pokemon, but still. What is it? You want Bergmite and Frigibax to be friends? I hear that Bergmite and Frigibax don't really get along in Paldea. Do they now? Well, they're not in Paldea. But it looks like this Frigibax and Bergmite are getting along fine. Bergmite and Frigibax are both ice types, so their friendship might just work out. Oh God! Where'd you come from? Like, why are there so many alphas here today? Hello, fellow human. What's up? I see, so you want Frigibax and Torchic to be friends. We love being outdoors. Torchic starting fires for us is always a big help. You got any useful tricks like that, Frigibax? Well, you sure are eager, though. I bet Frigibax could keep our drinks cool on our outdoor adventures. Sounds like fun. Alright, we need one more. What a stupid side mission this is. What a waste of my time this is. There's another alpha here. I don't have alpha power on, do I? Because we're not even in a hyperspace. Why are there so many alphas? Oh, how do I get over there? I gotta go all the way around. Oh, look at that. There's something in here. Oh, let me get that first. Well, thankfully there's no Sevipers in this wild zone, just Arbok. Huh? You talking to me? Okay, I just looked it up, and yeah, there is a piece of ice on Frigibax's mouth. I never noticed that. Now, it's one of the few Pokemon that are asymmetrical, kind of like Zangoose. Whoa, you're looking for friends for your brave Frigibax here? Funny how that works. My Zangoose could use a Pokemon buddy too. Oh, that's kind of cute. If you're cool with it, I'd love if Frigibax and Zangoose could be friends. Thing is, this isn't even my Frigibax. That's all the trainers in Wild Zone 10. Time to return to the requester. Well, if I'm not aggroed, I can just travel back to the beginning. So, what I spent, not necessarily all day, but a good chunk of yesterday doing, was making an entire list of every alpha available in Pokédex order, like National Dex order. So that basically just meant I wrote out, or I typed out the entire Pokédex for Legends Arceus and Legends ZA, numbering them as I go along in Pokédex order. Which obviously excluded all the legendaries and mythicals, you know, everything that cannot be alpha. So what? What were the trainers like? Not a bad soul in the city! They sound interesting, but I don't know. My sister studying abroad in Paldea told me Berg might fight with Frigibax. And the outdoors? Starting fires? That sounds so dangerous! Also, isn't Zangoose that scary Pokemon that's always feuding with Seviper? Well, if anything, she knows herself. Sorry, but I think I'm going to give up on looking for friends for Frigibax. Thank you for talking to all those trainers. Something my introverted self could never do. I had a feeling she was a hermit. Damn. They even agreed to be friends too, and she's just like, nah. After all that effort, nah. Frigibax, what's the matter? Why are you yelling? I don't think it's happy. I think of how Frigibax feels. Doesn't matter what I pick. But I mean, I'm just no good at socializing. You must be Frigibax's trainer. Want to play with Bergmite? I'm so excited to go camping with Frigibax that I came to invite it myself. Well, what do you know? My Zangoose is looking happy too. Damn, it's that easy to make friends? What should I do? Well, there's no do there. Frigibax seems happy. Frigibax looks up for it. I know, but being around people it's just too much pressure. I can't. Not a problem. In that case, how about we all just hang back and chat about Pokemon a little? I thought she was about to suggest, how about we just take Frigibax and not you? Even if we don't end up talking much, what matters is that our Pokemon are happy, right? I'm bragging about Zangoose, so tell me some good things about Frigibax. Ah, alright. That sounds okay. I wonder why they chose these three Pokemon for Frigibax to be friends with. They just chose three completely random ones? Wow! Did I just complete that side mission twice? Was that the same side mission? Oh no, that was the same thing, but for some reason they just showed it 2 times. So I only got 5 friend balls. I didn't get 10. Alright, what's that over there? Well, I guess I should walk over and find out. So anyways, yeah. So, because I'm going to do a full living dex in this game just for the Pokeball, not the Hisuian Pokeball, That leaves me with, I believe, 339 alphas to catch in this game. And then it's like 140 something in Legends Arceus. Speaking of Wigglytuff's fur, were we speaking? I'm sorry, what? A Wigglytuff's fur feels sublime. Just one touch and you'll never want to take your hands away. But not mine. This one's fur is gross and stiff and so stinky. Wigglytuff just showed this guy its ass. The problem is that my Wigglytuff hates showers like nobody's business. Do you want me to use the move Bubble Beam on this thing? So I've come up with a little plan. I just need to get a little... Wait, just get into a little... Wait, hold on. I just need to get into a battle against someone who can wash it clean with Bubble Beam. I damn near called it. What's wafting from Wigglytuff? Please put a Pokemon that knows Bubble Beam on your team and let me know when you're ready. Didn't I have Bubble Beam on Greninja for the longest while? You get a Pokemon that knows Bubble Beam? Wonderful! Then how about a little mock battle? Please, get my Wigglytuff all sparkly clean with a nice Bubble Beam or two. Or 200. Wouldn't we need soap? Wouldn't just dampening the stink just over time make it worse? Is this Wigglytuff an alpha or something? Like, it's huge! And if not, then imagine the alpha one. Wish. I almost thought that said wash. I wonder what would happen if you win this battle without using Bubble Beam. Will he then make you re-battle him and be like, no, 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 you have to use Bubble Beam. Aw, Wigglytuff, if only you had listened earlier, it wouldn't have come to this. Very much some Gary get in the tub vibes. Wigglytuff, look at you! You're so clean, and that horrible stench, it's all gone now! You'll take regular showers from now on, right? So we don't have to do this again? I feel like Wigglytuff said no there. Oh, God. You didn't hit the echo at the end. You didn't slap me, did you? Wigglytuff, why? Was my Wigglytuff letting its fur get gross on purpose to keep me from clinging so much? Wait, Wigglytuff, wait for me! Well, at least I got paid. This is stupid. Well, no choice there. Just gotta run over to it. Anyway, so I believe there is a grand total of like 486 alphas I can get. Like between the two games. Oh, this is underground. Wait, how do I get to this one? Oh, maybe I just walk down. But then I'm here. Let me grab that. Hold on. Let me go up. See if I can spot this. Huh? Wait a second. How do I get down there? That is a very good question. Where is that one? What the hell? Wait, is there an underground portion inside the wild zone? I don't think there is. Oh, wrong one. Looking at the wrong one. Maybe there is actually, because I see water down here. Oh, they're still gathered there. You know something else I realized that, like, seriously? You know, I was playing Breath of the Wild, and then I realized, like, hey, all the items are 3D modeled. You know, they're just not, they're not just PNGs. Ah, here it is. They're not just PNGs in your inventory. They're actually 3D models before you pick them up. Wow, Pokemon doesn't have that. Sorry, I know this seems a bit rude, but I hope you can forgive me for not turning to speak to you. I thought I was being the rude one for staring. I threw out my back. I think I may have slipped. I think I may have a slipped disc or something. Like one of your vertebrae? It hurts too bad to move. Even trying to shout hurts, so I haven't been able to call for help. Don't you have a Rotom phone? The last time this happened, I was able to fix my back thanks to a certain Pokemon move. I think it was called Octolock. I hate to ask, but do you think you could hit me with a good Octolock? It's a move that a Pokemon Grapplock can know. Well, sir, you're gonna be stuck here in pain for quite a while. You're my only hope. Alright, don't get all Star Wars on me now. Yeah, clearly I don't have a Grapplock. On my main I do, certainly not here. Well, that's placed horribly. Didn't I just see you? Hey, you there, trainer, how about... Wait, Jolteon, I haven't even had time to explain! And there it goes. My Jolteon is just far too hasty by nature. Even the slightest hint of battling in my Pokemon's future sends him running in a flash toward the nearest battle court. Now that my Jolteon's got its hopes up, I'd hate to let it down. Will you help me out and battle us? I'll be waiting for you at the battle court. Where's a close battle court here? Whoops, this one. Inside? Are we gonna get attacked by wild Pokemon while in here? Hey, you'll battle us, right? Oh, come on! You haven't given him a chance to respond! So what, did you return Jolteon back to your Pokeball just to send it back out? Like Fi in Skyward Sword? Let me guess, you have all 3 evolutions. Oh no, you have a Sharpedo for some reason. Well then, now I have absolutely no idea what your last Pokemon is gonna be. Well, I kind of have nothing against a Crobat. And it's over, just like that. Just like the year. As of right now, we are less than 2 hours away from midnight. An hour and 43 minutes remain until New Year's. That strength is just what I expect from Team MZ. You're the real deal. But you have to admit, Jolteon and the rest of my team were fast, right? Their hasty natures help. Some Pokemon's natures can make them even faster in battle. A hasty nature would do that, of course, but the same goes for a timid, jolly, or naive nature. Being speedier helps a Pokemon out because it'll take less time between moves. But even the faster Pokemon in the world, the fastest Pokemon in the world, would still need about 3 seconds to reuse a move. Oh, and then you also have to consider... Hey now! Don't run off to the Pokemon Center without me! Guess I gotta dash. Thanks and bye! Alright then. Wow, I got the mints for exactly what he just said. Oh, is this the one that's a 9 to 5? Hey trainer, could I ask you for a small favor? My Arctobax is home alone, so I want to step away for a moment to check on it. Unfortunately, I can't leave the kiosk unattended. Could you take my place here while I'm gone? I added the please for you. If you do a good job, there will be a nice bonus in it for you. Kiosk Conundrum. Let me know when you're ready to look after the kiosk. I could technically go to a bench, sit there for days, come back, and you'd still be here. Ready to look after the kiosk for me? Sure! Okay, great. Here are the prices. Make sure you memorize them. Oh, shit. I'm gonna... Hold on. Do you want to take a moment to check the prices of the items? What happens if I say yes? Wow, that wasted very little time. So you kind of have no reason not to take a check, just to be safe. I'd like 3 bottles of fresh water and 1 bottle of Moo Moo milk, please. Oh, 3 bottles of fresh water. So that's 200 each, so 2 for 6. 1 bottle of Moo Moo milk. Moo Moo milk is 600, so that's 12. Wow, actual character animations! Nah, I'm good. Who the hell approaches a store like that, nods their head like, yeah, I'll purchase from here. What to get, what to get. I guess a fresh water would be good right now. Okay. Moo Moo milk for me. Wait, never mind. Lemonade! Okay, so fresh water and lemonade. Okay. Soda pop. Soda pop and lemonade. They just have to throw all that in to mess me up. Okay. Wait, so did you want all of it or only the soda pop and lemonade? I should have saved before this. Lemonade is 400, soda pop is 300, so 7 altogether. Wow! 7's the first option! They said never mind, right? So they only want soda pop and lemonade, so that's 700. Either I just screwed up and these guys got a fantastic deal, or I did that correctly. Nice! Looks like you've got your job pat down. What? Job down pat, new clerk. See you later. Can I add this onto my resume? The fact that I worked at this kiosk for like 20 minutes? I like a bottle of, whatchamacallit. The fizzy one. Huh? Oh, and a bottle of, you know, the citrusy yellow one. Okay, so hold on. So this one's lemonade. And the fizzy one clearly isn't fresh water, clearly isn't moo moo milk, so it has to be soda pop. So he wants a soda pop and lemonade. And I guess a bottle of the plain old stuff. The, white one. Okay, so that's moo moo milk. So soda pop, 300. Lemonade, 400. Moo moo milk, 600. That's 1,300. Actually, can you make it 3? Oh, shit. 3 bottles of the fizzy one. 3 bottles fizzy, so that's soda pop. So that's 900. 900. Lemonade and moo moo milk, that's 1,000, so that's 1,900. Right? 3 bottles of the fizzy, yeah. 3, 6, 900. 900, 13, 1,900. People, we sell more than drinks here. Look on the side, we have notebooks, postcards. We got snacks right on the counter. There's more. Crumpik took out 1,000. Crumpik let out 2 cries. Maybe it wants to use all of its money to buy 2 items? 1,000 and 2 items. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, 1,000. 2 items. Lemonade is 400. Moo Moo Milk is 600. That is 1,000. So I need lemonade and Moo Moo Milk. Lemonade, Moo Moo Milk. Don't mix those together though. Unless you want to make cheese. But then, wouldn't you also need citric acid as well? Or what ingredient was it for mozzarella? Have we ever made cheese from human milk before? I just thought of that. We make cheese from cow milk, goat milk. Have we ever made human cheese before? Yo, we got a surprise party coming up, so we gotta get a ton of drinks. Why would you come here instead of a supermarket? Oh, Jesus! Okay, hold on, let me do the math real quick. So, okay, 65 times... Oh, hold on. Okay, fresh waters... Okay, water is 200, so 65 times 200. 13,000 alone. I'm gonna write this down. 13,000. Soda Pop is 300. So 300 times 23. That's 6,900. Weird specific numbers, by the way. 28 lemonades, and lemonade is 400, so 400 times 28, 11,200. And Moo Moo Milk is 600. 600 times 31. 18,600. Okay. Anything else? And make it quick, please! Okay, let me add these up. You're stuck here until I progress the dialogue! Hehehe. Plus, let's see. This place of business really needs a calculator. Okay, that is 40... Ah, they tricked me. I almost said this. No, we need 49700. I almost hit this. 49700. Whoa, looks like you've got a math whiz here. I'll be back, so keep those counting skills sharp. Damn, what'd you stare at me for 10 seconds for? That has to be the last one, right? No? Something that complex? Well, complex. I'm back. Thanks for looking after the kiosk while I was gone. Let's do a cash count, shall we? That's all I get? So if I did all of this wrong, do I get a smaller cut? Whoa, nice clerking. Looks like I've got a retail rival in the making. Whoa! Artabax was practically turning my house into a fridge. Glad I went back to check. Thanks for watching the kiosk. Hope you come back as a customer next time. Alright. That was fun. Or at least as fun as it can be when it includes math. Seriously. Calculator. You know, even when I'm at work, I use a calculator. Not only does it help with actually doing the math, but it also helps showing the customer the actual number. Hey, Team MZ kid. I gotta help someone out, so you're gonna help me out. Get it? Got it! Got it? Good. Here's the deal. I've been hearing screams coming from that sewer entrance. I gotta go see what's up, but I hear there's some menacing ghost-type Pokemon in there. I know the boss thinks pretty highly of you, so I'm sure you wouldn't mind giving me a little hand. Not because anyone here is scared, obviously. Who's scared? Who said I'm scared? You're tough and you love doing stuff for the city, right? Well, here's your chance. Get in there! Awaken Coffagrigus. Well, that kind of spoiled what's coming. Well, now I know what to expect in here. Time to scour the sewer. You go first. Quit looking at me like that. I'm not scared. It's just common sense to put heavy hitters up front. Alright, at least I don't have to actually explore myself. Huh, guess things looks normal for a sewer. Wait, what's that? It's something out of Futaba's palace. Oh, there's more than one. This is quite a Pokemon, isn't it? Kind of crazy. Like, when you think about certain Pokemon designs, they're just literally based on objects. Kind of crazy. Oh no, I heard about these things in ghost stories. They're Coffagrigus. Apparently, they trap people inside their bodies. You gotta attack them! We gotta drive them off and find whoever was screaming! Check whether anyone was trapped inside a Coffagrigus. Can I catch these things? Nah. Oh, now it won't let me... No, I gotta attack it. I can't even walk up and investigate. It looks like no one was trapped inside this Coffagrigus. This Coffagrigus. Oh, you won't even attack me? For attacking you while you were sleeping? I also need to put back on Water Shuriken. Again, couldn't simply just model the item. Okay, so there's more. I was about to say, are the wild Pokemon in here docile until I finish this? Nope, they'll still attack. Can I catch this one, though? The Coffagrigus doesn't look pleased to have been woken up. This is the response I was expecting. Whoa, what is this music? Yes, keep using Psychic-type moves. You're actually just using Psychic-type moves. It looks like no one was trapped inside this Coffagrigus. Man, Coffagrigus really said, I'm out of here. Screw this noise. Is this a secret wall? No, it's not. Again, more alphas. Oh, this is where I came from. Okay, so there's only so many rooms here. Aha! I was expecting someone to actually drop out of one of these. You can sense more? I didn't see any more. Or is it right next to where that guy was? Because I don't see any more. Oh! Oh, there actually was a guy in one of these. It's so bright out here! Oh, well, to tell you the truth, I was pretty excited when I found a Cofagrigus down here. You never see him in Lumios. I let out a big whoop of excitement, and I think the noise ticked Cofagrigus off. So it got mad and swallowed me up. Thing is, I was just so darn comfy in there, I dozed off. I think I was about to hit REM mode, REM mode. So I'm a little embarrassed, but thanks for busting me out. Hey, good work! By the way, I'm taking all the credit. Guess we found our screamer. Glad you're all right, fella. All right? 2 separate words? Look at you, helping keep the peace around Lumios again. Another feather in your cap. Of course, oh my god. Of course, you never would have had the chance if I hadn't flagged you down. Feel free to thank me. Don't get swallowed. Huh? Damn, it would have been creepier if they made Cofagrigus' eyes turn and look at him, instead of just looking straight forward. Well, that was stupid. What else? I'm sleepy. This is Cafe Trice. As our name suggests, we cultivate a subdued atmosphere here. Once, years ago, we suddenly began to grow much more popular. Our cafe was bursting with customers. In the end, we couldn't serve them all. It got so busy I wanted to pull out my own hair. To such overwhelming crowds, I say, no, merci. And yet, if no customers come at all, we can't stay in business. It's a delicate balance. You see what I'm driving at, yes? You're driving at something? I'm not a mind reader. To attract enough customers to keep us afloat, yet not as many that we drown, we need to offer dishes that are just tempting enough. Who ever thought of this kind of business method? What dish do you think would suit our menu? Nope, that's it. Just suit our menu. Lumious Galette, croissants, curry, and rice. I mean, technically, these two are native here. This is something that's different, and, yeah. And hear people growls that it's not as tasty as Hotel Z's surprisingly good curry? No, merci. Oh. Oh, are all 3 of these gonna be duds? Oh, you can't get Lumios Galettes anywhere. No, merci. See? We'd be forever in the shadow of Nouveau Cafe's croissanterie. No, merci. Again, what does French text look like in Japanese? Perhaps sushi is the answer. That is... I don't think it is. You know, Japanese doesn't exactly have the Latin alphabet to spell out, or is it... You know what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have the English alphabet to spell out. French, Spanish, they're still spelled out with the letters in the alphabet. So how does the Japanese text translate to French? You know what I'm trying to say. Perhaps sushi is the answer. That sounds nasty. Sushi and coffee does not sound like an ideal combo to me. It's pleasantly light, not too filling, but it would clash horribly with coffee, perfect for attracting only a modest crowd of true enthusiasts. Quite the ingenious solution, if I do say so myself. But I never even attempted making sushi. And a research trip to Sushi High Roller would break my meal budget. No mercy. It's time you see what I'm driving at, don't you? Do my sushi research for me. No, I suppose you don't. I'm asking you to show me Tatsugiri. I want to see this Pokemon in all three of its fishy forms. I was about to say I can show you one, since I caught the one during that Rogue Mega. But to show you all three? Yeah. Not anytime soon, lady. You! Wait a tick. Aren't you the trainer known as him from Team MZ? Yeah, you got me. People always think that, but no. I knew I recognized you. Cravane. Craven the Hunter? I wonder if I could trouble a renowned trainer such as yourself with a trifling request. I don't even know how to pronounce that. You see, a writer of great novels. Not that my talent is appreciated by the masses. Alright, Brian Griffin. But I've got just the idea for my next manuscript. The only element I lack is the dramatis personae. A famed trainer like you could round out my cast and provide the inspiration I've been looking for. I have an idea for the Pokemon my tale shall require. Could you assemble them for me? First, we must have a ground-type Pokemon. Next, a Pokemon that knows Flamethrower. Finally, a Pokemon bearing a Mega Stone. I must see all three. Then my creative juices will surely runneth over. Could you put the trio in your party and come show me? I can repeat my wish list whenever you like. Well, actually, I could do this right away. Where is my Garchomp? Aha. Which is your ground-type Pokemon? Garchomp, quite the choice. Oh yes, this is sparkling some ideas. Pokemon that knows the move Flamethrower. Charizard. You know, for the longest time I thought Charizard was Charizard. No I in there. Charizard, not Charizard. Megastone. Well, a handful of them. You could have just had Charizard count for that too. Thank you, friend. You've given me precisely what I asked for, so now I can craft my great tale. It is to be an adventure novel, you see. Since you've been so integral in the whole thing, I don't mind giving you a little preview of the plot. Ooh, let's hear it. Our tale begins deep in the wilds of the Kalos region. There, in a forest replete with nature's majesty, a Pokemon called Garchomp has a thought. I wish that I could Mega Evolve. What happens if I pick something that couldn't Mega Evolve? Oh, wait, I saw this. Wait a second, I saw this. People edited Flygon for that text. I saw this. And so our hero journeys forth in search of a Mega Stone. They arrive at the Tower of Mastery, where they meet Embor, bearing the very Mega Stones they sought, no less. Defeat me in a true battle, their foe declares, and I shall allow you to take this Mega Stone with you. Accepting the challenge, Garchomp sends out him to do battle. What? Just then, another rival for the stone swoops in out of nowhere. Charizard unleashes Flamethrower in a bid to claim the Mega Stone for itself. He leaps in front of Garchomp to protect it from the Flamethrower. He then hurls both Charizard and Emboar to the Sea Spirit's den in Kalos' merciless sea. Tawny, the mysterious and mighty figure who governs all Mega Evolution, saw everything. Why'd you mention Tawny of all people? That's weird. She recognizes and rewards him, granting him a Mega Evolution of his own. Yes, it is the first ever human Mega Evolution! What the hell? Witnessing this miraculous sight, Garchomp's faith in the power of Mega Evolution is affirmed. Inspired, Garchomp vows anew to find a Mega Stone of its own. Yes, its very own Garchompite Stone. I swear, what happens if I chose something that could not Mega Evolve? What happens if I chose, like, Hippowdon? Hippowdonite? Would that really have worked? What was that fletchling echo? Phew, it's going to be a bestseller, I just know it. Mm-hmm, for sure. Mm-hmm, sure. Now I'd better get it all down on paper so I can submit my manuscript to Lumiose Press. I can't thank you enough for your help. You'll write a blurb for me when it comes out, right? Wow, 50 feathers. Well, like a lot of side missions in this game, that was a big waste of my time. Oh, this one. I ran into these guys on my main file, but I didn't even complete this yet. I don't dislike option 2 and option 3 per se, I just think option 1 is the way to go. Both option 1 and option 3 lack impact. I think we should go with my suggestion, option 2. My proposal, option 3, is the most fitting of all, but you two just refuse to budge, don't you? Well then, how about we ask this young person for his opinion? Now that's a good idea. Now there's a good idea at last. We're getting nowhere just going around in circles ourselves. You there, young man, could you give us a hand? See, this street needs a new name. One that will really grab people's attention. We want to draw more visitors to our street with a name that captures the imagination. You ever wonder how streets are actually named? Like, who actually named them? So why don't you help us decide? After all, this town will belong to your generation someday. We each came up with our own idea. My idea is Lumio's Grand Avenue. Doesn't that already exist? I know it's a bit too grand for this little old street, but that's how we'll entice people to visit. My proposal is Mega Evolution Road. Of course, there's not really anything around here related to Mega Evolution, but isn't it evocative? I'm suggesting Boulevard Boulevard. We might as well tell people what they're in for, and this little boulevard is as boring as they come. You've got all their selling points, but none is the clear winner. It's like going around in circles between fire, water, and grass types. Do I even need to point out the obvious joke there? What do you think? Which name would you pick? Have you decided? Do you know which name would be perfect for our street? Oh well, let's hear it at once. Which of our ideas is the winner? I didn't know there would be a fourth option. I was kind of leaning for this one because I didn't like the other two. But let's see what happens if I choose this. Yeah, none of y'all. You want to throw out all our suggestions and go back to the drawing board? What? I didn't know I could name it myself. Okay. Consider ending it with a word like street, avenue, or road. I didn't know I could type something out myself. Ooh. I'm kind of thinking something along the lines of shiny. Shiny. What if I do like shiny hunt something? Shiny hunters. I think intersection would be way too long. Well, I only have 4 characters left, and road fits. Shiny Hunters Road. I know that's kind of a lame-ass name, but you know what? I came up with it. I'm gonna go for it. I was about to say, why did it look like there were 2 spaces? Shiny Hunters Road. Shiny Hunters Road. I think it's perfect. Man, I could have named something jokingly for that. Kind of like, I don't know, Fartbox Avenue. I feel just the same. Nothing boring about that idea. Then from this day onward, the street shall be known as Shiny Hunters Road. Maybe I should have added an apostrophe, but there wouldn't be enough characters. I hope everyone in Lumia soon adopts it. If I look at the map, will it actually show? 50 Premier Balls, too. This is definitely Shiny Hunters Road. May you find joy in every stroll down Shiny Hunters Road. Shiny Hunters Road, it's got a nice ring to it. If I zoom in, oh, we can't see. There's no street sign for it anywhere either. A couple of things at Quasartico. Have you heard? The bird is the word. There's been some trouble within Quasartico over our guard Pokemon. Those Dedenne? Well, the fact that you defeated our Dedenne led to quite a lot of bother. Not that I'm blaming you personally, but there are some people in the company who didn't want to properly look into who defeated our guards, or why that was even possible. They only wanted to cause a commotion over the fact that our guards were defeated and all. There was such a great deal of debate over what we should do to avoid such trouble in the future, and the solution we landed was more Peko. Damn, those Dedenne got fired! I'd like to ask you to battle our marked Peko guards and evaluate whether they'd be up to the task. Damn, I got those 2 Dedennes fired! Please let me know as soon as you're ready. I would send out Skarmory, but I think I should use Embor's Heat Crash instead. Well, they're not fired yet. Is it going to be a 2 against 1? If you'd be so kind, then. Oh no! The Morpeko have worked up an appetite battling, and now they've given into their darker natures. This won't work at all. We can't have Quasarticos guards acting like that. I think I'll just recommend that we keep our cute, strong, reliable Dedenne, as we always have. Damn, these two missed out on the job. Maybe more Pecco guards? 5 Seed of Masteries? Or is it Seeds of Mastery? Seeds of Masteries. Pluralize everything. Seeds of Masteries. Vinster. I stand before you today with the most desperate request. I'm afraid it is a personal one. You see, I must get a certain Pokemon for my daughter's birthday. She absolutely must have a Mimikyu. I tried explaining that Mimikyu are nocturnal and perhaps not the best Pokemon for a young child to look after. She replies that if I did not get her one, she would insist I give back my precious hair tie. Yes, this hair tie is in fact a gift from my daughter. She crafted it by hand, felting Mareep wool to create an adorable work of art. You know what? I respect you more now for actually wearing this in public. And to work, too. It is what people know me by. It has become part of my very identity. I cannot have her take it back. Unfortunately, Mimikyu are not found in the Kalos region, but perhaps in Hyperspace Lumiose you might be able to just find one there. Whatever he said, I read that wrong. If you do find a Mimikyu, please, would you catch it and allow me to gift it to my daughter? Sure, but you're gonna have to wait a while. Didn't I see one earlier? Huh, guess not. Okay. So all the side missions that need me to catch something we'll do later on. I am not looking forward to them. Probably don't expect me to get those done for a while, since it's all RNG based. You again. More. More! I need even more heat! Restaurant La Yeah will be stuck at 2 stars forever if we can't get more firepower. And that's why I thought of the perfect way to get us to that 3rd star. Some serious heat! You look puzzled, my friend. Allow me to explain. We're going to offer the spiciest dishes made for spice lovers by a true spice lover. It's gonna be a spice fiesta! Well, I certainly won't dine here then. I can't handle spice. I've been told I have the spice tolerance of a white person. Yeah, that kind of fits. That kind of checks out. But your everyday spice dishes aren't going to impress the most intense of heat seekers. I'm going to need a special assistance to make this event a success. Please, you've just got to bring me the Pokemon known as Scovillain. If I get Scovillain to use its spicy extract move on my dishes, we'll be able to produce the kind of heat that discerning spice maniacs all seek. Please, can you bring me a Scovillain that knows the move Spicy Extract? You know, if Pokemon food-based can do this, then wouldn't you think that competition in this world would be impossible to fight against? Like, any restaurant out there can catch a Scovillain and just use that as like their secret weapon for their dishes. Then again, you know, Scovillain are native to the Kalos region, so unless you're willing to fork over the cash for a plane ticket, fly to Paldea, catch one, and then come back. Huh? Wait, why do I have that pinned over there? Is this on top? It is. How do I get up there? Well, the biggest compliment I can give the DLC is the fact that it did make certain really difficult shiny hunts much easier. Kind of like a shiny alpha Fennekin over there. Or the fossils. Fennekin? Maybe? No. You know I got a shiny female Fennekin in this game? I wasn't even trying to shiny hunt it. I was trying to go for an alpha, I think. And then I got it shiny, and the shiny was female too. How crazy is that? Anyways, how do I get over there? Is this seriously the only way to get up here? Oh. Wait, no. I could go from over there. Well, that's good to know. A Rotom. Let me guess, you want me to show you all the forms. There's only one Pokemon with a body made of plasma that lets it infiltrate appliances. We're talking about Rotom, of course. I see you have a Rotom phone. Rotom phones are very valuable. After all, there can't be an infinite supply of them. There aren't enough Rotom in the world for that. Oh, that's interesting. Not everyone has a Rotom phone. They're a very luxurious item, huh? That's interesting to know. But it seems like every big name person in the city has one. Rotom phones are amazing, yes, but Rotom truly shines when it enters a household appliance. You think Rotom keeps its electric ghost type when it's in phone form? Or even the Pokédex in Sun and Moon? Want to battle different forms of Rotom as it possesses various appliances? If so, just let me know. I wonder what appliances Rotom will take over. So I just gotta battle all the Rotom forms, not phones. Sure. I can do that. Presenting the amazing, awe-inspiring Rotom! Watch it as it inspirits all sorts of appliances. Inspires? Introducing our first Rotom. Oh, Heat Rotom. I thought you were going to send out the ordinary one first. Isn't Heat Rotom the only fire electric that exists? Heat Rotom! That's a name for a Rotom when it possesses a microwave oven like this. Heat Rotom is an electric and fire type Pokemon, and look, it's no longer a ghost type. In this form, it can learn the move Overheat. If Heat Rotom's happy, your food will come out crisp and juicy. If not, I hope you like it burnt. In this Pokemon battle, it'll be showing you the best Rotom. Wait, I'll be showing you the best Rotom has to offer. You were saying? Isn't it crazy we still don't have really any fire electric types aside from Heat Rotom? If you can't stand the Heat Rotom, get out the kitchen, right? Wow, they really snuck that reference in there. Not really reference, but they really slipped that line in there. Could you feel the heat from Heat Rotom? Next, Wash Rotom. That's what we call Rotom that possesses a washing machine. I'm awash with excitement! Can you believe? Isn't it crazy that Pokemon with these gimmicks like this, they don't add more forms to it? You know, they don't add more forms to Rotom, to Genesect, to Ogerpon. Is this going to be the case every single form? Wash Rotom is an electric and water Pokemon. Well, that's not unique. In this form, it can learn the move Hydro Pump. Just thinking about it pumps me up. It's very considerate. It'll only start washing a load of laundry if you've added detergent to it. But there is always the risk of it flooding your home. So what happens if Rotom possesses a washing machine where it opens from the top? You know? Like a top-down washing machine? I bet Wash Rotom washed away any doubts you had about it. Coming up, we got a Rotom that has seized control of a lawnmower. Rotom. This is the moment we all been waiting for. I'm sure you guys just want of Rotom all the time. Man, you just love giving me money, don't you? I thought you were. I thought I was gonna battle you one time against Rotom, but no. 5 battles against Rotom? You must love giving me money. Rotom is an electric and grass Pokemon. Is there any other electric grass? In this form, it can learn the move Leaf Storm. The only question is whether you have a lawn big enough for it to mow. It swaggers around as it scatters grass clippings everywhere. What a mischief maker. I think we got one more. Rotom's mowing power is most impressive, huh? Next oh no, there's Fan Rotom, that's right. We still have Frost Rotom after, too. That's a name for a Rotom that has taken over a fan. How fantastic! This fucking lady. You know she was preparing for this just for someone to walk by. And Rotom is an electric and flying type Pokemon. In this form, it can learn the move Air Slash. And since Rotom understands voice commands, ordering it to use that move is a breeze. But it's also quite the prankster. You never know when it'll blow your important documents away. Is it the same Rotom I keep on pummeling every time? Aw, I was Fan Rotom's biggest fan. I'm sure Fan Rotom absolutely blew you away too. And last but not least, Frost Rotom. That's what Rotom is called when it takes over a refrigerator. That's so cool, it gives me the chills! Ah yes, Super Potion's favorite. You know, I always pictured Frost Rotom to be bigger. Isn't canonically Frost Rotom the biggest? Frost Rotom is an electric and ice type Pokemon. Do we have electric ice? Surely we do, right? There's so many Pokemon, it's hard to remember the combinations. And, you know, certain ones that we don't have yet. In this form, it can learn the move Blizzard. It wreaks havoc by freezing everything around it. That doesn't really sell you on it, huh? By the way, I hear Rotom's form changes have something to do with its special motor. I lost my cool, so I can't think of any puns. Well, thanks for the money. I was such a motor mouth talking up Rotom that I hardly noticed the battle had ended. In the Galar region, you can find Rotom hard at work as Drone Rotom and Rotom bikes too. But yet, it's so stupid that we cannot catch them and use them in battle. I hate that. There are a handful of Rotom forms that exist that we cannot use in battle. And for what? Fear of damaging the thing that they inhabited? Oh, but we don't care if the refrigerator breaks or the microwave, you know, the microwave. But remember, Rotom is a prankster at core. Rotom's antics while it's inhabiting an appliance can be difficult to keep it under control. A trainer like you would probably have no trouble mastering all forms in battle, though. That's why we're happy to present you with a catalog so you can change Rotom's form. Rotom Catalog. A catalog of devices that Rotom like. Use the catalog to have Rotom hop in and out of various devices listed within. Doesn't Rotom have to inhabit the actual device in person, not just look at a picture? Try using that catalog if you ever catch a wild Rotom somewhere. Wait, is this a key item? I'm sure Rotom will take on even more forms as new devices and appliances are invented. Wow, way to tease me that we're never getting new Rotom forms. In other words, Rotom's possibilities are endless. Infinite Rotom, what an inspiring idea. Like, again, why not add more to this? Why not expand on it? Like, you already changed up Rotom's typing with these forms. Why not complete the set? Why not create new Rotom forms until you have the combination of electric and everything else? Whatever. What's over here? Wait, didn't I already... Huh? Oh, you have another one? Ah, you're back. Thank you again for your previous assistance, my good friend. The manuscript I produced with your help was a smash hit. It will be hitting shelves soon. Congrats! Yeah, congrats. I was thinking about trying my hand at the romance genre next. I'd love your assistance. To be specific, I'd like to ask you to put the following Pokemon in your party to show me. I will need a Fairy-type Pokemon, second a Dragon-type. The third Pokemon should be an Alpha Pokemon, and the fourth should be a second Alpha. Okay. Well, I already have Fairy. I don't have Dragon. No, never mind. I have Garchomp. What am I saying? And then I need Alphas. Where is that Alpha Steelix I caught so long ago? Nope. Not that far. Aha. Alphas. Okay. Fairy type. Florges? Quite the choice. Ah, yes, this is sparking some ideas. Which dragon Pokemon? Garchomp. Alpha Steelix. Alpha Gallade. You've managed to assemble the Avengers. I mean, the perfect cast of characters for me. I cannot thank you enough. Now, let's talk romance. Don't say that to me. Florges was in love with Garchomp. Alright, already starting with fanfiction. Garchomp, what the hell? Is in love with Steelix. Steelix is in love with Gallade. And of course, Gallade is in love with Florges. It's no mere love triangle, it's an endless love loop. What do you think? Brilliant, isn't it? Seriously? You realize, aside from Florges, all my Pokemon were male, right? Ah, shit. Maybe I shouldn't have said that to him. Ah, no, wait. This won't do. An endless love loop offers no resolution. I do have another idea. One other idea, I suppose. It's a bit more involved, but you'll hear me out, won't you? Sure I will. Please, lend your ear, dear friend. Lend me your ear. Once, in the city of Lumios, there existed two competing schools dedicated to the martial arts. One was founded by Steelix, distinguished by hard, unyielding strikes. This style was known as the Path of Tawny. What the hell? The other was founded by Gallade, specializing in fleet, flowing movements. This style was known as the Way of... Oh my god. Both schools put their desire to become strongest above all else in life. Their members vowed to have nothing to do with the other style, except in battle. All who followed the path of Tawny were bound by the way of his followers as mortal foes, and vice versa. Governed by that one unbreakable tenet, it was a hard knock life. Yeah, in those schools of hard knocks. It came to pass that a match was declared. Florges of Tawny style versus Garchomp of Angus style. What the hell are you saying? This battle would decide once and for all which school was strongest. Everything was on the line. Whichever school was defeated would be honor bound to disband. Yet the two Pokemon selected as the school's champions had a singular problem. Florges and Garchomp were desperately in love. It's gonna be a painful, like literally painful relationship for Garchomp. They had broken the one rule that must never be broken: meeting in secret outside of battle. I'm glad the fairy type I picked was female at least. On the night before the fateful match was to be held. I'm sorry if you hear a bunch of noise. Florges and Garchomp's eyes met. They knew there was but one option. Together, they fled into the night. So they eloped? So begins their thrilling story of love on the lam. Their very lives on the line as they flee pursuit. I have to admit my own experience with romance is limited. Man, it's not hard to write romance. So perhaps my novel will lack realism. But I think it will be a tale for the ages, don't you? Yeah, sure it'll be. Now I'd better get it down on paper so I can submit my manuscript to the Lumiose Press. I can't thank you enough for your help. You will come through with that blurb once it hits, yes? Do you have a third one? If I quick travel back here, will you have a third one? Nope. I'll enter somewhere else now. Oh, wait a second. Is that you? Oh no, it's Lita. Oh! Hey Lita, what's wrong? That was a serious sigh. What if I say that? Oh, you heard that? Oh, don't mind me, just thinking some thoughts. Like about Ansha, isn't she impressive? She made her Rayquaza dream come true. Come on, what's the matter? Really, you can tell me. Yeah, well... Little down you weren't really involved during that whole thing? I would be too. I guess I'm just feeling behind. Remember what I told you about the friend I was rooming with when I first moved here? How she tried out for a talent agency and got in? Then there's my brother. Well, half-brother! We've got different moms. Oh! I didn't know that! Interesting! What about him? What's he like? Wow! Well, I've never met him. What? I've never met him or talked to him. But his name's Tierno, and he's a successful dancer. All these people in my orbit are achieving their dreams, and it's like, how come I'm not? Well, I get that, but like, what? You never even met your brother? It's okay, you're doing great. You've got nothing to prove. Thanks for saying that. But also, like, you're a pretty great trainer. Confidence comes more naturally when you're already doing well, you know? But maybe... Would you do me a favor and battle with me? I think a good battle will help me feel more sure of myself. Lita's Lament. I'll be at my practice spot. See you there. Wow, never talked to or met Tierno. How difficult will this battle be, I wonder? Because I imagine it would be a little bit more difficult. Oh, just had to crack my neck there. I think I'll probably do this and then call it for tonight. Wait a second, how do I get there? Oh wait, I need to swap my team back out first. So does Tierno even know he has a sister? Like, if they have different moms, then how does she know? Did her father tell her about Tierno? Is this the first... Why did I use that move? Is this the first time in Pokemon we've had characters that have different parents? You know, or half siblings? Well, her team is certainly much stronger. Look at them, level 70. Level 70. Level 90. Oh no! Did you guys know in terms of male human and female Pokemon? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Aww. Oh, I don't exactly have a good Mega against her Starmie. Here goes Starmie, shine like the star you are. Thanks, Starmie. At least we showed them some of our best moves. They couldn't come up with an idea for a design for Mega Flygon, but yet they gave Starmie a Mega. Oh my god! Lita, that ruled! Karina, how long have you been there? Since right about when you battle started. Oh, it would have been cool if I walked around and actually saw Karina there. That would have been cool. Why were you two battling anyway? Why not? I've been feeling stressed lately. I thought a good battle with him might help me get my groove back. You know what? You know what I think, Lita? You're amazing. Huh? You're part of Team MZ, the crew that saved all of Lumiose. If you can hang with someone as crazy strong as him, you must be amazing. Plus, you've got something that's all your own. You're dancing. You and your Starmie move like you share one mind. Ah, too bad Battle Bond's not a thing anymore. Wow, Karina, that means a lot. That stress you're talking about, Lita, reminds me of when I first took up the mantle of Mega Evolution successor. I had to learn so much about Mega Evolution. There's still so much I don't know. And eventually there will be another successor, so I have to figure out what to pass on to them. But I decided to focus on what I know for sure I can do. That helped me keep moving forward. And yes, my voice did just crack. That's helpful to hear. Thank you, Karina. You too. You're a good friend. Thank you. Well, doesn't exactly feel great to know I just got friend zoned, but it's okay. Glad I could help. Now I can go back to worrying about my own problem. What's that? What problem's that? Mega Evolution is even more mysterious to me now than when I first started. I wish someone would just tell me its deal. I almost said idea. And they all just ditched me. That's nice. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna call it here for today. Thanks for watching, everyone, and once again, Happy New Year! I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully I will have grinded the points for the special scan. See you guys next time.